It's the Evening Bulletin. I'm Perry Michael Simon, and I'm a traditionalist when it comes to voting. I don't do the early voting thing because it's a long drive to the nearest early polling place, and I just want to vote the regular way in my own district, the usual dots on a ballot thing. So I've been looking over the sample ballot to get ready for Tuesday, and, well, I have it right here. Voting for the various offices is relatively easy for the most part. You know who you want for governor and senator and Congress and assembly, and the only questions involve things like judges and water districts and school boards because, let's face it, does anyone really know who's good or bad or anything at all about a candidate for judge or the water district? No, and there's no really good resource for finding out anything about these candidates, which brings me to the real problem. As you know, California, where I live, always has a lot of referenda on the ballot. You put people outside grocery stores to get enough signatures on a petition, you get your question on the ballot. Seems simple enough, but the problem is that the ballot questions are always confusing. Yes often means no, up is down. We get all sorts of advice from the parties and from those voters' guides they send us and cards with lists of how some vaguely identified party wants us to vote. And then there are the commercials. Los Angeles television has been overrun with ads for the propositions, and, well, I'll give you an example. There's one proposition about kidney dialysis and a proposal to cap the price of treatments, and if you listen to the commercials, if you vote yes, people will die. But if you vote no, people will die. Both sides say people will die if you vote the other way. How are we supposed to decide? Well, one way is to look at who's supporting and who's against each measure. But that's sometimes a case of detestable people on both sides. What we really need is someone on whom everyone can agree to look at all the questions and even the candidates and give us gentle advice. Mr. Rogers would have been perfect. I'd vote however Mr. Rogers would tell me to vote. But one of the propositions this year has commercials voiced by Vin Scully, and there aren't too many people whose voices are endorsement enough. Can we get Vin Scully to do spots to help us decide? That would work. You go vote too, okay? The year's even more important than usual, so do your part, and we'll reconvene right here tomorrow. For now, that's enough.